10 reasons quality men want you until you do this. Number 1, turn dates into therapy sessions. Ladies, we've got to understand that dating is not an opportunity to purge. It's not an opportunity to share your past with a man. Now, if you happen to meet a man who is ready to listen to you and hear everything that you have to say, fantastic. But what's really important is for you to understand that he wants you to open up so he can develop a closeness to you and get inside track on you so that he can have quicker and easier sexual access to you. It's really important that we tell our story in bits and pieces, because we need to yet build trust. We need to yet build a relationship. And so once you divulge too much of your story and start to use the dates as purging sessions, you're going to find that this man is going to absolutely lose interest. And so it's really important that you remember this. Hello, my name is Chengi. I'm your dating and relationship expert here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy, where we teach you ladies how to present as a high value, high status, and high worth woman that high quality men find completely irresistible. If that sounds like you, just say, I do. Say amen, and I'll see you at point number 2. Point number 2 is men adore you until you start using them as an ATM machine. Now, let's just explain something here, girls. A man providing for you. I was speaking to a friend the other day, and he said to me, Chengi, do you think that it is it necessary for a man to provide and protect for somebody who is not his family, i.e. his wife and his children? I was happy to explain to him that all a man is required to do at the dating and courtship phase is to show in signs and tokens that he is a competent and capable provider. And all a woman is required to provide in the dating and courtship process are signs and symbols that she is a competent and capable recipient and an honorable woman who he can trust in different ways, and that she has a degree of domestication. She doesn't have to show that by cleaning his house. She can show that by having a clean house that she lives in. There's so many ways that we can move in tokens and signs. Dating is not the place where we get our marital needs met prematurely. Dating is a place where we use the signs and the symbols before us to make an interpretation. If a man is willing to pay for the dates, this tells us that he's a competent and capable provider. It tells us that he is generous. It tells us that he likes to give. It tells us that he is the kind of man that were we to make him a permanent feature in our lives, would have no problem giving to us the things that we need. And so, ladies, we have to understand that a lot of us have to understand that being in dating is not an opportunity for all our expenses to be paid. I get it. I understand. In certain parts of the world, and in certain parts, of the world, wherever you are, maybe you are in that part of the world where men assume those responsibilities prior to commitment of marriage. That is perfectly fine if it falls within your cultural context. However, many of us don't actually exist in those cultures, which therefore makes it impossible for us to finally find a man who will marry us. A lot of these men who will do these things, pay our bills and pay our rents before they put the ring on the finger, have already given you the maximum they ever will. They've already given you the things that you need, and they've also made you dependent on them, but they're never really going to commit and become your husband, unless of course they're extremely wealthy men who are comfortable and competent and happy to be generous. But many men don't fall within this category, and so when we go around requesting and insisting and forcing the idea of men paying our bills and paying for our nails and blah 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 blah, then we are going to find ourselves in the entitled pile where men will simply use us for sexual access and discard of us. Because men do not value women who are entitled. Because anything that a man wants to give you beyond paying for dates and experiences and small gifts that he may wish to give you, anything that he may wish to do beyond that realm, he wants it to be met with a degree of appreciation, not a degree of expectancy. If a man chooses to pay for your nails and pay for your grooming, he would like to have that met with appreciation, because he's going above and beyond. He does not have to cash up you or send you money so you can have lunch with your girls. He simply has to show up when you're together as the provider in that dynamic. Hopefully this man is generous enough to extend himself beyond those variations, but you certainly can't get into your feelings if he doesn't do that. If you do, you're going to find yourself on the block list yourself. Okay, next. Next is, we must never forget that our man is not our son. When you started treating that man like he's your son, when you started treating that man like he needs you to tell him what to do, either through controlling behavior, trying to manage him, trying to get him to do the things you want him to do, or via overcompensating, doing his laundry, doing his stuff, managing his life, this is mothering. The moment you start to mother a man, he loses his ability to adore you as a sexual being, as a woman, and he starts to see you as a nag and somebody who looks down on him and does not treat him well. So it's really important that we know the boundary line. We know that sweet moment to make him something nice to eat on that one day, on that week where he's working so hard, and you invite him over. That's fine, but we don't want to create a structure where we begin to mother a man until he begins to expect it of us, especially in the dating phase. And we definitely do not want to control, manage, tell him what to do with his time, money, space. We want to lean back in our feminine energy and let a man be a man and invite us into his world and take care of us and treat us to wonderful experiences because we were kind enough and generous enough to give him his space or the authority, autonomy to run his life the way he wants to. Next on the list is you become his probation officer. He needs to report into you whenever he is somewhere. He needs to let you know where he is, who he's with, and what he's doing. When we treat a man like he is our infant son, this is not attractive to him and is going to cause a great deal of problems. It's so important, ladies, that we realize that our men, and we are not the probation officers for our men. They're not in this relationship, and this courtship is not a prison for him. Let him do whatever he needs to do. And if he's a man who cherishes you, if he's a man who values you, this man is going to absolutely prioritize you. He's going to prioritize the time you have together. He's going to be transparent about his movements. Let that come from within him. Don't be the one who demands it. The moment a man feels like his freedom is being encroached upon, the moment he feels like he cannot breathe, that he can't breathe because you want to know, it's harder for him to open up and let you be a part of his world. Now, ladies, if this man is moving funny and is kind of moving crazy, okay, this is not what I'm talking about. If it's moving crazy, just park that situation. You don't need to be with a man that raises your anxiety, who does not make you feel stable and comfortable. A healthy man will always make sure that you feel safe and comfortable. He will offer you those opportunities to feel safe and comfortable. But even if he does, never take advantage. If a man says, here's my phone, here's my pin, whenever you want, that doesn't mean you have to be in it searching every 2 seconds. In fact, just that gesture is enough for you to say, look, I respect your privacy. I'll only go to your phone if you ask me to do so. Don't go looking for trouble, because you might just find the kind you were not expecting. Next, last but absolutely not least, I cannot labor this enough, but apparently I have to keep talking about it. You cannot allow yourself to go to the dogs. You cannot allow yourself to look like your granny because, well, we've got a thing, we have an understanding. So many of us feel entitled to allow our bodies to just go to the dogs. I get it. Ladies, I am no spring chicken, albeit I feel like it most of the time. I really am not. I'm a 47-year-old woman at the recording of this video. It does take a bit for me to make it to the gym, do all the things I have to do. But I understand that it's not just for a man, it's for myself. It's for me to feel good, feel confident and great. But this doesn't end because I am married. This doesn't end because I have this special connection with my partner. This actually increases so that I may maintain the chemistry and the vibrations that he loved about me. The fact that I go to the gym, the fact that I work hard. Do I have the most exquisite body in the world? Probably. Definitely not. I have seen amazing bodies out there, but that is not the point. We're not trying to have the most amazing body. We're trying to have the healthiest, fittest body for ourselves. A body that we love, feels sure and comfortable, that our partner can enjoy. When we start to let ourselves go, we force our partner to live with a person that he does not find attractive, and that goes both ways. For those of you who need everything to be fair, it absolutely goes both ways. I hope that this video was helpful. I look forward to seeing you in my next one. In the meantime, do take care of you. Love you lots. Bye bye.